You asked, we delivered. But if you go to the action section, this is where it gets interesting. So now you have calendar booking, call transfer, all in one. And the good news is that you can connect not only one, but multiple calendars. All right. Well, let's kick this off. Again, another live office hours. Anyone who will be following along, whether it's live on the call, joining later, or just watching the replay, today we have an exciting one. So today the main mission is to, again, start by sharing the news. We have some juicy ones this week, and then we will work our way up, showing those news in practice or these new features. And of course, at the end, Q&A. Anyone who has questions or needs help, feel free to jump in. So I will go ahead and share my screen because we have some interesting new updates. Is my screen sharing, by the way? Yep.
Yes.
Perfecto. All right. So you asked, we delivered. Now there's a huge change to our agents. If you are used to the old way of creating an agent, you would notice that there's something missing here. Where is the agent type, for God's sake? It's gone. So now agents are clever and they are multi-function agents. They can do pretty much everything. So let me create another one. Let's do two. Let's call it, I don't know, Panda. And let's create it. Boom. Okay, we have the new agent. Now you have a couple options. First of all, you see, wait a second, but if I didn't set an appointment setter, a live transfer, or a general assistant, how will it perform? Why is everything else the same? It is identical, but if you go to the action section, this is where it gets interesting. So now you have calendar booking, call transfer, all in one. And the good news is that you can connect not only one, but multiple calendars. So the same agent can book appointments on calendar A, calendar B, and you might be thinking, okay, but do I need to use only a Go High Level calendar, only a CalidCom calendar? No, you can use one CalidCom, one Go High Level. You can use three of each. It's up to you. Call transfer, same thing. Multiple lines, multiple call transfer lines. So you can transfer to every single department in your company or your client's company. And the only thing that you need to make sure of is that you have a good condition set. So it's easy for the AI to understand. So if I go to a calendar booking, let me see if I have my cal.com integrated. I don't. I need to switch to this workspace. Something new here too is the integration itself. So if you're used to cal.com, that integration, it's still the same thing. All you got to do is go to integrations, make sure that you added your API key, right? We have videos on that. And then before this update, you would need to go in, copy the ID from the URL. A lot of people might sometimes mistakenly added the wrong ID there. Now, if it's connected with the API key, you can just select. How cool is that? So same process. So secret meeting. Set the condition, the booking condition. Use this calendar to book a secret meeting, right? Boom. Now, let's say this agent takes care of a lot of things for our company and we want to book on another calendar, but this calendar is on Go High Level. All right, no problem at all. So it will fetch now the Go High Level calendars. Let's use the sales calendar. And what I will tell him is use this calendar to book sales calls, sales meetings. There we go. And now we have a cal.com calendar. You have a Go High Level calendar. But what if the AI gets stuck? Well, Nedzo agents don't get stuck. But if it actually gets stuck, or you just want to be safe and be able to sleep at night, well, then you can set up a transfer. Let's say, hey, if someone starts to bark, well, just transfer to human, right? So 3, 2. Okay. Of course, this is a fake number. Transfer sentence. What is it? Just telling your AI, hey, say this while you're transferring it. We give you always an example here, or you can just say, one moment, which is my go-to. 3 dots. Transfer condition. When do we transfer? Use this number to transfer the call to a human. Well, what if you want to transfer to a department? Well, just let them know. Tell them how you want to do it. Go transfer, boom, there we go. And you can keep going on and on and on. So now you have hyper intelligent agents that can do multiple actions on the call. All you got to do is set the right conditions. And then, of course, on a prompt level, remember, prompt is all about behavior and conversation flow. Just let the AI know, hey, if the user wants to talk to a human, transfer the call. We'll do it. Okay. By the way, if you have any questions about this, feel free to drop them in the chat. Now,
Also, like an amazing way you can use this now is to create a calendar for callbacks and then have an automation to call the user back exactly at the time when the user wanted to be called back. It's so easy now.
there we go. There we go. Exactly, 100%. If you create a calendar for just as a callback, as just like Ivo said, a calendar, you can call it callbacks. So whenever someone says, "Hey, can you call me back tomorrow at 3 p.m.?" You can schedule that on the calendar, and when that event happens, can trigger a single call. Cool, right? Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, this was not enough, and we thought like 1 week to create multi-function agents. Nah, that doesn't cut it. So we decided to also push something that's been long overdue, and everyone has been asking for. Now, you're able not only to use our normal fixed variables, but you can also make use of custom fields. Videos are coming out on how to use them, but essentially you can use anything and everything, right? So you can use these custom fields, you can populate them with any information that you might find relevant and use it as context for the AI agents, okay? And quick tip, if you want to make sure that the AI is always aware of that information, you can add something like this. Right now, I will just add here information about the contact, and you can just add, variables. Let's say business name. We can add, let's say that this you are sending information here, or you upload information here that contains sign up date, right? Or membership renewal date, right? So it's up to you. Of course, you can be creative. We want to see you use them and abuse them and see what you come up with. Now, what makes us different from anyone else is the fact that not only do we give you custom fields, variables on a call level, most alternatives that we are aware of use this in a dumb way. What do I mean by that? As soon as the call ends, the information vanishes. We don't want that, right? We want to make sure that the system is super smart. So with the custom values, you're not only able to use them on a prompt, but also they are saved on a contact level. So if I go here, this is all mock data. So you'll see here custom fields. Just to keep the UI clean, you can pull them up or just hide them. And all this information can be populated and filled out with the right information. And of course, use them as you wish. If you use them in the prompt, yeah, I will use them. And yes, we already updated the uploader. So you are able to upload it with your old trusted CSV, not on this demo account because this demo workspace doesn't allow it. But yeah, also able to use it with your Go high level automations, Zapier automations, anything. Okay, so we already send the payload. We also send this on the end of call report now. So if you have custom fields, all the information that is collected or added to the custom fields will be sent with the end of call report. Whew, quite a lot. So multifunction agents. Agents now can, hey Bert, how's it going?
Good.
Now you can, the same agent can both book appointments and transfer calls to multiple calendars, multiple numbers on one. Now you have custom fields you can make use of to add even more context and make the conversation even more specific. One thing that I would like to go over just to remind anyone who's not there yet, we still have on beta. It's a closed beta, so if everyone wants to opt in, as long as you are in a VIP or above plan, we have rebilling currently almost getting out of beta. So when we go to settings for anyone who has white label enabled, of course, you are able to go to white label settings, connect your Stripe account. You can create your own products and not only mark up your Nedzo minutes, but also you can even create subscriptions. Let's say you offer them 200 minutes for 500 a month plus X per minute. It's up to you. You can do it as you wish, make use of it, and on top of the white labeling, now reselling it is also a possibility. So anyone who wants in and has the white label but doesn't have the rebilling enabled, reach out to us. And lastly, one thing that I also want to stress out or just to highlight is we've been working super hard on bringing some of the features that sometimes are reserved to enterprise plans because they are hyper customized as much as we can to all plans. And one big step that we took in that direction was we are all super acquainted with our shared US phone collection, right? Super easy, plug and play, ready to go. We pushed out a couple of weeks ago advanced phone number reputation monitoring and remediation. What does that mean to you? When you're using a shared pool of numbers, our system daily checks in with every single carrier, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, see if they are being flagged as spam, potential spam. And we check this on both Android and iOS. Not only that, we also check flags against calling apps that block calls like No More Robo, Robo Killer, and so many others. And for your safety, we also, and for our safety too, we are also checking against flags from the FCC and FTC. So that enables us to mitigate as much as possible the how your numbers, if your numbers are shown as potential spam, remediate them when they are, and if for some reason there's something that's flagged by one of the call blockers or FCC or FTC, we can swap them without you doing a thing. Everything happens on the background, and we are the only ones in the space caring about pickup rate, which is insane. But anyways, yeah, so these are the new ones. So I already built a agent, just showed you how to put it together. Super simple, nothing changes dramatically, just now you have all in one. We can go for that demo, or if you have questions, now's the time. Feel free to drop them and we'll go through them one at a time. Or you can just enable yourself and enable your mic and go for it.
I just have one, and Ivo and I have been exchanging back and forth, but on the voicemail, like, please call me back at 904-525-4232. He suggested that I spell it out instead of just having the number, right? So like, at 9, N-I-N-E. But there was another method that you had too, and it was like slight pause or something. So I put in the number and slight pause, and she repeated that on the messages.
Yeah, adding slight pause will because we are doing like an LLM to a voice conversion. the LLM spits out literal text and we convert that to voice. So it's if you put pause, it's literally gonna say pause.
Yeah, that's what she's been doing. It's been very entertaining for me to listen to the messages. So I'll just spell it out.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
best thing is also
And
to
then
use
if you
punctuation, right?
yeah, so if you do 9,5,5 dot, and then like that. So then 3 numbers spelled out with commas, dot, and then
Okay.
4 numbers spelled out with commas, dot.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah.
You're
And
welcome.
for any advanced users, it's close. Technology is there already. Real-time voice. The question here is not about the tech being ready. It's more about like the cost associated with them. Currently, even though we are always optimizing in going that direction, if we were to do that, like cost per minute would be around above $4, which would not be bearable for a business use case. But so even though the conversion between text to speech and speech to text are a phase in the grand scheme of things, will get us still super good results in the short term. Can I collect an email address and on the call and have it populate in GHL? Are there any documents to help me do that? Yes, absolutely. So first of all, by default, anything, name, email, phone, if the AI picks it up on a call, it will update it. Eva, correct me if I'm saying anything wrong, by the way. Then
Always.
with the end of call report, so I will actually show this. I think it will be more interesting if I show it.
I
Essentially,
didn't
when you
realize
send the
I was
end of,
already on live mic, so I'll just talk through it.
oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. If you want to
Yeah.
add some more context, please do.
No, you're heading in the right direction. Do I need to put that as a variable in the actual prompt? Because I've had one person give an email address and I didn't say where it was updated, and then I was thinking of just putting it in Go High Level so I can have it trigger a different workflow because it's kind of hard to find stuff with the. I mean, the recordings are great, but there's not a lot of filtering there for me to be able to go through. I don't want to have to go through 200 records a day and read the transcripts. So if I can have it do that, then that would let me know, one, I can filter it in high level, but two, trigger to actually send the email that I want it to send as well with the workflow.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So essentially on Nedzo's side, there's not a lot that you need to do. Okay, so if I go here, search for end call Nedzo AI end of call report. That's it. All I got to do now is create contact. They call it create, but it's like create update contact. And
Okay.
now I will map. So let's say I always like to do phone because usually that's the ID that we use. And then if you scroll down here, you'll see Nedzo AI,
Mm-hmm.
then Nedzo AI end of call report, and you see phone number. Now I can
Okay.
do the same for email, right? Or any other information. So this, when you do this, I scroll down, Nedzo AI, end of call report. Now I do email. If the information was captured and updated on Nedzo, we'll push it through here too. Okay. So this would be,
What do I need in my prompt to make that happen?
oh, nothing.
Okay.
We updated. So since Nedzo, instead of just working as a shell to make calls, we actually use contacts as an object. So we can
Okay.
store new information, update that information on a contact level, and then we just push it through, essentially. Now,
All right.
this is of course, the easy way for all. And now, of course, we will probably see is here, if this is updated. I don't think it is
So I
this
can
one.
trigger the calls from Nedzo. I don't need to put the call in the workflow.
To trigger calls from
And after the
Nedzo.
call report's done, so there was one article I saw where you actually create the call in the workflow. But
Yeah, so with Nedzo, you have the option to use our campaigns feature. That's kind of like a
yes.
set and forget type of approach.
Okay.
where you don't need to trigger anything. If you want to drip feed contacts to a contact list that's being used on a campaign, you can. For that, you just need to use our Nedzo add to list. Let's say you have Facebook ads generating leads, then you add them to a list on Nedzo, and Nedzo is calling them on a campaign, right? If you want to make a single call, you can do that too. But it's a one-shot call, and that's what we have the make call action for.
And then, are there any best practices for it to be able to navigate IVRs?
Ivo, it's all yours.
IVRs, literally, you have to tell the AI what to do when it is encountering an IVR. So, for example, you can add in your prompt, the best place would probably be the task, and that will be like if you encounter an IVR system or IVR menu, anything like that, then always press the correct number to go to the sales department, for example. However, not everyone has the same IVR system, so this could be challenging.
Yeah. I tell it to always press 1 or 0. Because normally there's
you,
option 1 or
I
option
was
0.
I was just about to say that. Yes, you can also say like, hey, always when you encounter a menu, always press 1, for example. That's also possible.
Okay. Yeah, I'm calling businesses, and most of them have IVRs, and I'm just trying to get a better success rate. I've had it
Yeah.
answer and talk to a few people, a few hangups, a few people have talked to them. I found one where they actually collected an email, but now I can't find it again. So I want to be able to kind of extrapolate that data a little bit better. But if it collects an email, it would put it in the Nedzo contact as well. So I may be able to look at my contacts or the list and see who has emails populated that I didn't upload. Um, and go from there. But one of the lists I accidentally uploaded email addresses too. So I'd rather not call people and say, hey, can I verify your email address is this? And freak them out because I'm calling about cybersecurity stuff. So it's already kind of on the a realm of people just don't want a random person calling them, asking them about that anyway. So we're really doing it as an
Yeah.
introductory call and offer them some free educational material and just to kind of introduce our company versus just calling and saying, hey, can we scan your network and find your vulnerabilities? So that's kind of the approach we're trying to take. So, okay.
No, absolutely. And one thing I would say, of course, for now, this is a quick, simple setup. If you need for any reason to extract additional information, let's say from the call, one way on how you can do it is here. So essentially, you still use the same step, the end of call report. Then you can add an extractor. Let's say we can use GPT because that's what they have here. And then you can prompt it and say, hey, so I will provide you with a call or based on the call transcript below. One, identify if the contact shared their email address. Your output should contain yes. Oops, someone wants to join. Contain yes or no only and nothing else. You can explain yes as if it contains an email, no if it doesn't. And essentially what will happen now is, by the way, if I'm going too complex, please let me know. Then we can use a condition, an if else, right? Where we say, hey, if GPT response is yes, go this way, right? So I just called yes. And now I can do as I wish. If I want to use the email, if I want to trigger an email right away, to that one, I can.
Okay.
So this is how you can very easily extract additional information from the transcript. Now you might say, hey, but where's the transcript? Well, I forgot to add it. Transcript. And now quotation marks, and just use dynamic information. Again, you will find Nedzo AI, end of call report. And then you'll see here, if you scroll down, call transcript.
Yeah.
And if go high level worked, it should be here. Okay. And now it's just a GPT. It's like you're sending them the whole transcript. We'll try to identify if the user provided any email. And if it did,
Okay.
it will give you a yes. And if it's a yes, then it will go through this branch.
Sweet. Cool. All
Awesome.
right. I'll get it updated to have the
Absolutely.
All
Very
right. Good luck.
thanks. Right.
Right. We're 7 minutes over. Unless anyone has any last questions, we're going to wrap it up. Again, make sure to, or feel free to ask any questions in the community. We are starting to be more and more active there, and we have some amazing features. Automation flows coming soon. So catch you later.
Thank you.
Bye bye.